Welcome, Class 9 students, to an exciting journey into the microscopic world of biology. Today, we are diving deep into the cell, the unit of life chapter, specifically focusing on connective tissues. Have you ever wondered what holds your body together? Or how your bones are connected to your muscles? Connective tissues are the unsung heroes. We'll start with the basics, then gradually explore their complex structures and vital functions, taking you from easy concepts to competitive insights. Let's begin. Ready to uncover the fundamental building blocks that literally connect you? Let's start with the easy stuff. Connective tissue is truly remarkable. It's one of the four basic types of animal tissue, and as its name suggests, its primary role is to connect, support, and separate other tissues and organs throughout your body. Imagine it as the body's internal scaffolding and packing material. Unlike other tissues where cells are tightly packed, connective tissue cells are usually scattered within a substance called the extracellular matrix. This matrix is what gives connective tissue its diverse properties, from the flexibility of your ear to the hardness of your bones. Its functions are incredibly varied, including binding organs together, providing structural support, protecting delicate organs, storing energy in the form of fat, and even transporting substances like oxygen and nutrients through blood. Let's look at some common examples to make this clearer. Think about your bones. They provide the main framework of your body and protect vital organs like your brain and heart. This is a type of connective tissue. Then there's cartilage, found in your joints, nose, and ears, offering flexibility and cushioning. Blood, flowing through your veins, is also a unique liquid connective tissue, crucial for transport. And don't forget the fat under your skin, known as adipose tissue, which stores energy and insulates you. Lastly, tough structures like tendons, which connect muscles to bones, and ligaments, which connect bones to other bones, are also examples of dense connective tissue. Each plays a specific, vital role in keeping your body functioning smoothly. Now, let's test your understanding of these basic concepts. Here are 3 practice questions for you. Take a moment to think about the answers based on what we've just discussed. Remember, these questions are designed to help solidify your grasp of the easy-level content. Good luck! Alright, let's elevate our understanding. We'll now delve deeper into the fascinating world of connective tissues, exploring their specific components and diverse types. Connective tissue isn't just one thing, it's a diverse family built from 3 main components. First, we have the cells. These aren't just any cells, they're specialized workers like fibroblasts, which are the main architects, synthesizing the fibers and ground substance. Then there are adipocytes, our body's energy storage units, and macrophages, the vigilant immune defenders. Second, we have the fibers, which provide strength and elasticity. Collagen fibers are like strong ropes, giving tissues their incredible tensile strength. Elastic fibers, on the other hand, are like tiny rubber bands, allowing tissues to stretch and recoil. And third, the ground substance, a gel-like material that fills the space between cells and fibers, acting as a medium for nutrient and waste exchange. This intricate combination of components defines the unique properties of each connective tissue type. Now, let's explore the various types of connective tissue in more detail. We can broadly categorize them into loose, dense, and specialized types. Loose connective tissue, like areolar tissue found beneath your skin, has loosely arranged fibers and abundant ground substance, making it flexible and good for packing. Adipose tissue, or fat, is another loose type, crucial for energy storage and insulation. Dense connective tissue, however, is packed with fibers, primarily collagen. Dense regular tissue, with its parallel fibers, forms structures like tendons and ligaments, providing immense strength in one direction. Dense irregular tissue, with its haphazardly arranged fibers, provides strength in multiple directions, like in the dermis of your skin. Finally, Specialized connective tissues include the hard, supportive bone, the flexible, cushioning cartilage, and the liquid, transport system we know as blood. Each type is perfectly adapted for its specific function. So, to reiterate, beyond just connecting and supporting, these tissues perform a myriad of functions. For instance, the presence of macrophages in connective tissue makes it a crucial site for immune defense, actively engulfing foreign particles and pathogens. Mast cells, another important cellular component, are key players in inflammatory responses and allergic reactions, releasing substances like histamine. And of course, blood, with its liquid matrix, tirelessly transports oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and waste products throughout the body, ensuring every cell gets what it needs. Understanding these detailed functions reveals just how integral connective tissues are to maintaining overall body homeostasis and health. Time to challenge your understanding with 5 medium-level practice questions. These questions require a bit more thought and a deeper grasp of the components and types of connective tissue we've just discussed. Read them carefully and try to articulate your answers clearly. This is an excellent opportunity to reinforce your learning and identify any areas where you might need to review. Good luck with these. Ready for a deeper dive? Let's analyze the intricate structures and diverse functions of connective tissues at a more advanced level. At the hard level, we appreciate the incredible specialization of cells within connective tissue. Fibroblasts, for instance, are not just generic cells, they are the primary synthetic cells, constantly producing and remodeling the extracellular matrix. Adipocytes are highly specialized for lipid storage, crucial for energy reserves and insulation. Macrophages, derived from monocytes, are the body's cleanup crew and antigen presenters, vital for immune surveillance. Mast cells, with their granules containing histamine and heparin, are frontline responders in allergic reactions and inflammation. Plasma cells, originating from B lymphocytes, are antibody factories, defending against specific pathogens. Even leukocytes, typically associated with blood, migrate into connective tissues during infections. This cellular diversity underscores the multifaceted roles of connective tissue, extending far beyond simple structural support to encompass immunity, energy metabolism, and inflammatory responses. The properties of connective tissues are fundamentally dictated by the composition and organization of their extracellular matrix, especially the fibers and ground substance. Collagen fibers, providing immense tensile strength, exist in various types, each with specific locations and functions. For example, type I collagen is predominant in bone and tendons, while type II is characteristic of cartilage. Elastic fibers, made of elastin and fibrillin, impart elasticity, allowing tissues like skin and blood vessels to stretch and recoil. The ground substance, a hydrated gel, is a complex mixture of proteoglycans like hyaluronic acid and chondroitin sulfate, and glycoproteins like fibronectin. These molecules attract water, providing turgor and resilience, facilitating diffusion of nutrients and waste, and mediating cell adhesion. The precise blend and arrangement of these components determine whether a tissue is rigid like bone, flexible like cartilage, or highly elastic like the aorta, showcasing a remarkable adaptation to specific physiological demands. Connective tissue also plays a pivotal role in tissue repair and regeneration. When an injury occurs, fibroblasts are among the first cells to respond. They migrate to the site of damage and proliferate, actively synthesizing new collagen fibers and other ECM components. This process leads to the formation of granulation tissue, which eventually matures into scar tissue. While essential for wound closure, scar tissue often lacks the original tissue's functional properties, such as the elasticity of skin or the contractile ability of muscle. Understanding this process is crucial not only for wound management but also for exploring regenerative medicine strategies. Furthermore, diseases like rheumatoid arthritis involve the breakdown of connective tissue, specifically cartilage in joints, highlighting the importance of maintaining ECM integrity for health and mobility. The interplay between cells, fibers, and ground substance is a dynamic process, constantly adapting to maintain tissue homeostasis and respond to injury or disease. Now, let's tackle 7 challenging questions designed to test your analytical skills and deeper understanding of connective tissues. These questions will require you to compare, contrast, and connect various concepts we've explored, from cellular functions to matrix variations and their roles in health and disease. Take your time, think critically, and articulate comprehensive answers. This is where your knowledge truly deepens and solidifies. Best of luck. Prepare to unlock the most advanced secrets of connective tissue. We are venturing into competitive depth, exploring its intricate molecular biology, clinical implications, and cutting-edge engineering insights. From an evolutionary and developmental perspective, most connective tissues arise from the mesoderm, one of the 3 primary germ layers formed during early embryonic development. Mesenchymal cells, derived from the mesoderm, are the multipotent progenitors of all diverse connective tissue cell types, including fibroblasts, chondrocytes, osteocytes, and adipocytes. This shared embryonic origin underscores a fundamental unity despite the vast phenotypic diversity observed in mature connective tissues. Historically, the recognition of connective tissue as a distinct entity evolved through microscopic observations, with early anatomists classifying tissues based on their structural appearance. Understanding this developmental trajectory is critical for appreciating how specific cellular lineages give rise to the specialized matrices that define each connective tissue, from the early mesenchymal condensations forming cartilage models to the ossification processes that generate bone. The extracellular matrix, or ECM, is not merely inert packing material but a dynamic, highly organized microenvironment that dictates cell behavior and tissue properties. Its molecular architecture is incredibly complex. Collagen, for instance, isn't a single protein but a family of over 28 types, each with unique supramolecular structures and functions. Type I collagen forms robust fibers in tendons and bone, providing immense tensile strength. Type II forms delicate fibrils in cartilage, resisting compression. Elastin, copolymerized with fibrillin, forms elastic fibers, enabling tissues like the aorta and skin to stretch and recoil without damage, a crucial biomechanical property. The ground substance, a hydrated gel, is rich in glycosaminoglycans like hyaluronic acid and chondroitin sulfate, which are highly negatively charged and attract water, creating turgor and resisting compressive forces. Proteoglycans, formed by gags attached to a protein core, aggregate into massive complexes like aggrecan in cartilage, further enhancing resilience. Glycoproteins like fibronectin and laminin act as crucial linkers, mediating cell adhesion to the ECM and guiding cell migration, thus playing vital roles in development, wound healing, and tissue homeostasis. The precise composition and organization of these molecules determine the unique mechanical and biochemical properties of each connective tissue type. The clinical significance of connective tissue lies in its susceptibility to a wide array of pathologies, many of which are genetic or autoimmune in nature. Genetic disorders often involve defects in specific ECM components. Marfan syndrome, for example, is an autosomal dominant condition caused by mutations in the FBN1 gene, leading to defective fibrillin 1, which impairs elastic fiber formation. This results in cardiovascular issues like aortic aneurysm, ocular lens dislocation, and skeletal abnormalities. Ehlers-Danlos syndromes, a heterogeneous group, typically involve defects in collagen synthesis or processing, leading to hyperelastic skin, joint hypermobility, and tissue fragility. Autoimmune diseases, such as systemic lupus erythematosus and rheumatoid arthritis, involve the immune system mistakenly attacking connective tissue components, leading to widespread inflammation and tissue damage. Scurvy, a nutritional deficiency of vitamin C, impairs collagen cross-linking, resulting in fragile blood vessels, poor wound healing, and impaired bone formation. Understanding these pathologies provides deep insights into the critical roles of specific ECM components and cellular processes in maintaining tissue integrity and overall health, highlighting the complex interplay between genetics, nutrition, and immune function. The regenerative capacity of connective tissues varies significantly. While bone has a remarkable ability to heal, cartilage, due to its avascular nature, exhibits limited intrinsic repair. This understanding has driven immense research in tissue engineering, aiming to develop novel strategies for repair and regeneration. Mesenchymal stem cells, or MSCs, derived from various sources like bone marrow or adipose tissue, are multipotent cells capable of differentiating into chondrocytes, osteocytes, and adipocytes. They are at the forefront of regenerative medicine, used to regenerate damaged cartilage, bone, and other connective tissues. Biomaterials, either synthetic polymers or natural components like collagen and hyaluronic acid, are engineered into scaffolds that mimic the native ECM. These scaffolds provide structural support, biochemical cues, and a suitable environment for cell attachment, proliferation, and differentiation, guiding tissue formation. For instance, biodegradable scaffolds seeded with MSCs can be implanted into damaged cartilage, promoting its regeneration. The ultimate goal is to create functional, living tissues that can seamlessly integrate into the body, restoring lost function. This convergence of biology, material science, and engineering holds immense promise for treating a wide range of connective tissue disorders and injuries, marking a new era in regenerative medicine. Now, it's time for the ultimate challenge. Here are the first 5 questions out of 10, designed to test your competitive depth of knowledge on connective tissues. These questions delve into the molecular details, clinical implications, and advanced concepts we've just explored. They require critical thinking, synthesis of information, and a comprehensive understanding. Take your time to formulate precise and detailed answers. This is your opportunity to demonstrate mastery of the topic. Good luck! And here are the remaining 5 questions to complete your hardest level challenge. These questions continue to probe the intricate details and advanced applications of connective tissue biology, from engineering insights to complex disease mechanisms. Remember, the goal is not just to recall facts, but to analyze, synthesize, and apply your knowledge. Push your understanding to its limits and strive for comprehensive, well-reasoned responses. You've got this. And that brings us to the end of our in-depth exploration of connective tissues. We've journeyed from the basic definitions to the complex molecular architecture and cutting-edge applications. I hope this session has not only clarified your understanding but also sparked a deeper curiosity for biology. To continue your learning adventure and explore more such comprehensive content across various subjects and topics, make sure to visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more engaging educational content. Your support helps us create more valuable resources for you. Keep learning, keep exploring, and stay curious.